Okay. You said what? Give me a minute because it's like freezing and acting up right now. So let's see what's going on. So I'm not going to be able to do this
Okay.
live. It's a delay on it. So um, let's just do this. All right. Okay. I'll give it a minute for you. Brain fart. I couldn't think straight for whatever reason. Oh my gosh. I was like, what was I doing? Okay, so I'm just waiting for our moderator to get on. So I'm just going to pause this for a moment and we will be live in one shake of his lamb tail. All right, so I have my other half on here. Can you unmute yourself?
Yes.
All
Can you
right.
hear me?
Yeah, would you like to turn your camera on? You just press the camera.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. There you go.
Okay.
There you go. Grand Rising, how are you?
Oh, great. Beautiful. How are you doing today?
I'm well. Oh, I am well. Let me turn my camera on so everyone can see me. We are live on YouTube on this beautiful day. I hope I look okay.
You always look amazing.
You're being nice, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
So, of course, I wanted to jump on this morning, and I'm actually moderating from my phone for YouTube. So, there we go. I just want to make sure that okay, if everything is looking good on this end. All right. So, of course, as always, we want to jump on and motivate a lot of our students that are working with us, that are JVing with us. And we also just want to motivate others that are in the surplus business. And I know there was something that you spoke about a couple of weeks ago in regards to um, stop looking for other people's success stories and create your own success story. And I really want you to touch on that because I believe that will really motivate people to really like dive deeper into this business because this is not a hard business. This is not hard at all. This is not like you're an accountant or you're a surgeon or those jobs that are like really like hands-on and you really have to like go to college and go to school to learn these trades. So I really want you to dive in and just kind of speak on that comment that you made a couple of weeks ago and how can people apply what you're getting ready to say to anything that they're doing, if it's the surplus funds business, if you're a real estate agent, if you are a credit, someone that cleans up credit or whatever it is that you're doing on your journey. Can you just kind of walk us through that?
Well, I would say, and good day to everybody. God bless y'all real good. Hopefully, y'all are having a beautiful morning, afternoon, wherever you may be in life. So, thank you for joining us, Jason and Karen here with Loyalty Royalty Recovery. And what I was speaking about a few days ago or a week or so ago, I think we kind of all get caught up. We're watching YouTube and we're watching Instagram and we're watching Facebook and um, we're watching all these different platforms um, of whatever that we're watching or whatever that we're looking at and whatever that we're trying to get into. And I think think Brother Nick Fulmer calls it analysis paralysis, paralysis or something like that. We kind of get caught up into looking for what we want to look for, or looking for something that rings a bell with us again, or something that makes us want to keep going, or we're flipping from channel to channel, from person to person that are doing whatever we like to do or what we see that we like to do in the future. And now you give yourself something else that you're looking for about whatever that it may be you looking for. And it could be a big checklist of certain things that you're looking for or be one particular thing. And I think I got an email or a call from a student or a text message or something of that nature. And they were stating that they were looking for um, success story or a particular type of success story or a student success story. And I can remember back in the journey for my journey for maybe the last 4 to 5 years ago, starting up this surplus funds, and I could only think back to when I was watching video after video after video, and surplus success story after success story after success story from different people, from different teachers and different teachers and different students. And it resonated with me. And when they were saying, "Hey, I wanted to see a student success story," aren't there maybe tens of hundreds, or aren't there a handful of them out already?
Mm.
Um, if you're looking for a success story, can't you click one of these platforms and see them? And what I said to them specifically is, wouldn't you want to see yourself as the next success story?
Right.
That's what I wanted when I was doing. I seen that it was real. I seen the leads. I seen the numbers. I seen the counties. I read about the unclaimed funds. I read about the excess funds. I read information in these different counties and states regarding the surplus funds. I'm looking at my mentors, Bob Diamond and Nick Fulmer and my boy Sean Bougie and the boy Spencer Van and the crew out there in California, and the list goes on and on before the bigger platforms and smaller platforms. So I think we have enough platforms that we can see on how this business goes regarding unclaimed funds or surplus funds. And again, we just been on live teaching maybe for a few months. I'm not even sure if it's been a year yet. So we're a small company and we're up and growing. But when she or he told me about that, it made me realize and it made me drift back into memory lane regarding on when I first started this journey upon reading and understanding about this business. Me, wanted to be a success story. Me, wanted to be a success story for my family, for my loved ones, for the kids, for myself. I wanted to do something different. So I was saying, I'm going to do this and I'm going to put myself up for a success story. I'm going to show myself that I can, with the love of God and the work of God to journey in hand in His will. I'm going to do and put the pieces together and take the step by step and do my due diligence and do my work. And I'm going to be the next success story. And that's what I was informing them of. I said, the next success story is you, but you have to believe in yourself and, believe in what you're doing and believe in your journey. And you're going to have to take that walk. Nobody else is going to be able to take your walk and your journey with you. So if you see another success story, and I'm sure there was another one put up this week or last week or the week before, or there's going to be another success story coming this week or the week after, or today or tomorrow. So they're going to keep coming. I think the question I wanted them to ask themselves is, when are you going to get ready for your success story? Because, we had a couple of deals that came through for us within the last week or so, 2 4-figure direct deposit wires that we sent out for our students. And I wish them many more and I wish them success and I want them to keep going so they can keep getting those deposits. But just to speak on that, I would like the person, whoever sent that text message out, to look forward to them seeing themselves as the next success story. Because I think we have enough of them out, but this is a journey that you're going to have to take for yourself. I don't think it is going to be a situation where you see a success story on our platform or any of the other the brothers and sisters that promote this business on their platform to push you over the hump or push you over the edge for you to say, you know what, I think I can do this. I'm going to do this. And again, for us, for our students, we don't pressure them. We're not going to force them. We're not going to put their hands behind their back and tell them you have to do this, because I think it's a personal journey, and it's
Yeah.
the personal gratification. It's the personal in their discretion and if their well-being and if they want to actually come on live and do a success story, because at the end of the day, people go on with life. I don't know people that hit the lottery and then they get on live and they
Get on
start
social
doing success
media.
to get on social media. Hey, everybody, look what I did. I just became a million. I just want all y'all to know that I just hit the lottery. I don't, it's life goes on,
Yeah.
you know, at the end of the day. And, I don't know if they would want to see maybe one of the claimants get on live. And know what? I'm a success story. Somebody called me and I got my funds back from foreclosure and nothing else in life is going on right now. I'm not worried. I just want you to know that I got my money back, my unclaimed funds back from my surplus. And you won't see a lot of those, success stories either of the claimants coming on, because this is the real world. Business goes on, life goes on, friends, family, the problems and situations that we have in life still go on the next day after this. So yes, we get a success story. We got a top 2 eagles landed as one of our mentors run. calls it two eagles landed at the same time. And I only dreamed of that. I heard him talk about it, and he told us about that when he was mentoring us about a year or so ago. He's gonna say, "Hey, don't spend all your money. Hey, it's nice when multiple eagles land at the same time." And I only dreamt of that. And then I just came on, and we gave our success story. We showed the check, we showed the wire transfer, and it actually happened. But if you don't see it for yourself, and if you won't speak it into existence, and if you won't actually take those steps and follow what God is telling you to do to achieve what you need to do to achieve your goals and dreams to see your success story, you're only going to continue to look up and see everyone else's success story.
So let me stop you right there. Let me ask you something. Do you believe that within a success story, and them, let's just say, with everyone watching us and they're seeing, the check deposits and the checks that are written out from the attorney and whatnot, do you honestly believe that they feel like your success story should be their success story? Or like, what are they looking, what are people looking for? Because I know, and I'll let you answer, but what I know is when we first jumped into this business and we started, watching all the great people that are doing this business before us, and they were sharing their success stories. They weren't so much sharing the students, because I think when we jumped in, they were just kind of like starting off with teaching other people how to do this business. I think once you get into this business, it's like all about you getting the tools, you getting your feet wet, you learning everything that you need to learn about this business. And then you can go and, once you got it underneath your belt, you can go teach others what you're doing. So I know that at the time that we dived in, Nick wasn't necessarily like teaching it yet. He was kind of like jumping kind of into it. And then like the testimonies of the students came like much later. So what, I guess my question to you is like, what do you think a lot of people are looking for as far as not so much the success story, but I guess it's like proof, or is it something that they want to feel like a temporary feel of?
Well, let me give you this, Karen. I got a better idea for you. Nick was teaching because I can
Okay.
remember watching Eric's videos. I can remember Bob Diamond's videos, and I can remember Nick Fulmer's videos, and the other guy, Spencer Van, and the great Sean Bougie. I can remember these people teaching. Um, so he actually was teaching at the moment. And that's why I've seen all the success stories, because here's these guys saying that you can do this. Here's what you need to do. Here's how you do it. Um, need a college degree to do this. I don't need any special certifications or anything to do this. I just need a phone and I just need a laptop. I got that. Got a computer. I got that. And some motivation and some determination and some willpower to help someone. And I was like, is that it? I got that. I can do that. So I like to ask you, Karen, I'm going to
Oh,
give you a counter offer or a counter demand. And I'm gonna ask you, what do you think? What's your answer on that? And then I'll come back around. And I appreciate you, Gary, for jumping in. We can throw that question to Gary. You can repeat that question once you finish. How about you answer that question? Because it seems like you were getting ready to go off, and I don't want you to lose your train of thought and where you were going with that. How about you answer that question? Don't put me on the hot seat this whole time. How about you get in the ring and you get a little bit of that, you jump off the top rope and you answer that question on how you feel about that question you asked. You remember that question? You on point?
I do. So
Okay.
I do remember listening to a few success stories, and I believe listening to other people's success stories does, it motivates you, and it does like help you create your own success. I guess create your own journey. It does feel good. It feels good to hear people speak about their achievements and their success and whatnot, but to actually have it for yourself.
Hey, what's good, Sultan?
to have it for yourself is
Not much. I'm sorry, I didn't want to talk over you. I just saw that
no,
you
no,
want.
you're fine.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
To have it for yourself, it hits different, I guess. Um, I remember closing out one of my this was one that I went fishing. I went fishing by myself, cast my reel, and yeah, I did that one by myself. And it felt good. It felt good that I was able to close out a 5-figure deal and got paid. Like, that's my success story, because I remember you having your cases that you called on your own. And, I have, my cases that I called on my own, but to be able to close that one out and it was like smooth, really smooth sailing. That's my journey. That's something I'm going to always remember. That's going to be, that's my success story. So answering your question, listen to other people's success stories. Yes, congratulations. It keeps you motivated, but then to have your own success is like, woo, wow, I can really do this. Like, this is my own success. I'm creating my own thing over here. So that's my answer. I don't know if it made any sense at all, but that's my answer and I'm sticking to it.
Well, I guess regarding the success stories, whatever that you're looking at regarding what you're trying to do and what you're trying to accomplish, you could find a success story out there, if you look for it. And to back up the students or the person that may have emailed me or called me, we're a walking testimony of success story. And the students that we have in our class is a walking success story. Now, them getting their deals, and who's going to get the first deal, who's going to get the second, if they choose to get online and do a testimony, because we can ask them if you'd like to do one, but I'm really not going to ask someone if they like to do a testimony, because it's up to their discretion if they want to do one. If they want to do one, fine. If they would like to, great. But at the end of the day, everybody's different. Everybody, like I said, everybody has different things going on, and it's really up to them if they choose to want to do it. I definitely don't mind. It's always great if you like to jump on and do that. And like I can remember like yesterday, my boy Trevor, and I'd love to get a one-on-one. And I'm gonna tell them, Trevor, the people keep asking about you, man. They want you to come.
Let
They
me
want you
message
to do it
him.
for them. Yeah, send him a message. But I know what he's doing, what his day-to-day activity is.
Yeah.
He's a truck driver. So if anybody know anybody that drive 18 wheelers locally or state to state, they usually up 4, 5 in the morning and they driving. And then they're usually driving all damn day and damn near all night to 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. And what do they want to do when they've been driving for 12 to 14 hours? It's time to go home because they only got a few hours. Get some rest, rejuvenate, repower, get up and do it again. And then my boy on Saturdays and Sundays, he try to have a little time. He going 200%. He go try to do some door knocking on Saturdays. So while everybody looking for everybody to get in the game and do a highlight success story and talk with the reporters after on ESPN after the big football game, man, we getting to it. We ain't got time to talk and tell you about this and tell you about that. Why? Because the Bills due again in September. The bills due again in October. We got to pay the bills again in November. So, life goes on. We still got to do. The kids are graduating, kids in high school, kids going to college. We got to get them enrolled. We got kids in elementary, middle school. Man, we got activities. Man, life goes on. So for whoever that was texting me and saying, hey, I just want to see some story from your students, man, our students busy. We got older ladies, we got older gentlemen, we got younger ladies, we got younger gentlemen. Life goes on. And pardon me, I hope it doesn't offend anybody. I don't know why you looking for them, because they not looking for you.
Yeah.
Everybody trying to get to the finish line however they can get there. Everybody trying to do the best they can to handle this situation. And I didn't have time when the pandemic came and they said, yeah, the pandemic's in China and it's possibility it's on its way over here. I didn't have time to sit there and wait. And the job said, go home. And then I went up there another day and they said, well, Jason, we're going to have to let you go. And now I'm fired. So I didn't have time to sit and wait to look around to see any success stories, because it was only a matter of time before they took off the whatever they call it, the situation where they were going to allow you to not pay rent for a month or two or three or four, whatever the president's executive orders and things of that nature, where they were saying, we can't evict you because of the pandemic right now. So they gave you a leeway for about maybe 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 months in different places, in different situations, according to what city and state you may be in. But I didn't have time to wait to look at so many different success stories to see if I could do this, or if I wanted to do this, or whose success story did I need to see a success story from Nick Fullmer again, or Eric? Did I need to see one from Sean Bougie or Bob Diamond? I think if you look at all of them, they'll show you that this is a business that's able to be done. They all incorporate the same thing, and they're telling, hey, you need to get out here and do this, because this is not a saturated business. And then there's so many that get cheated when it's just looking about Texas. I had one of the students call one out here in Texas, a woman, an attorney. She was trying to do it herself, and I guess her paperwork wasn't situated the correct way. It was a 235 tax surplus out here in Texas. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it. Her name was Miss G, and she didn't claim the funds for whatever reason. She didn't want to listen to anybody else. She didn't want to hear anything. She just cut everything off and went into that ostrich mode, put her hand in the sand. And I couldn't get in contact with her. And nobody could get in contact with her, because we could see, if you go into the Dallas, Texas file, you can go into that portal information and see that it didn't get claimed. The 2 years passed by and it went into escheatment. So the state of Texas is about to get a $235,000 free pile of money. And and it hurts me, because I'm like, man, I guess I was supposed to do more. We tried to go look for her, we know the address was wrong. We tried to go to one of her old places of business where she was still practicing law as an attorney, but I think she may have been a retired attorney where she wasn't practicing anymore. And my heart just went out to her, because I wanted to do more. I was like, I wish it was more, something I could have said, or maybe I could have taught the student a little bit better when she got her on the phone to not let her go, because there was probably one of the last chances or the last conversation that you were going to have with her before this was too late. So I was upset when the student said she actually answered the phone and she spoke to her. So I was like, man, I guess I was, I was hard. Now I was hard on myself as being a coach. I was like, man, I guess I don't even know if I train my student up, because she may not be able to get to her, because we were already coming around maybe 2 to 3 months before the escheatment date, and she wasn't going to be able to claim the funds. So I don't even want anybody to feel like this is just the business is oversaturated, because we got 2 jobs. We got mortgage foreclosures and we got tax. If you want to add in all the counties that you can work, you got that many more jobs in the world. If you want to add in all the 50 states that you can work, you got that many more jobs. So you can count it as a job for each county that you have damn near in the damn world on helping these people. And it's only us. And then we got the situation where we call people and they don't even believe it. I'm still speaking with this dude from last year. He got foreclosed on out in El Paso. I'm still texting him. He said, oh, man, send me the paperwork. I'll give you the ID. He finally gave me the ID. I said, great, I'm getting somewhere. After a year, that's why I tell students they texting and give me some new leads. What about all the old leads from last year? You telling me you done checked off all of them and everybody done sent you a text message or gave you a phone call saying, yeah, I'm paid? How you gonna know they paid unless you go into the case file to review? Are you gonna know if they got paid if ain't nobody in the family or they told you out the horse's mouth, out their lips, that they've been paid? So it's just so many leads out here, and I don't know what else I can do but wait on them, because it's a waiting game. Some people sign up immediately. They know that they got the move. Some people are situated. He done already moved from here. He in Hawaii now. It really ain't no big deal. He's in the military, young dude, situated. Hey, I'm good. I'm trying to figure out if you a real business or not, Jay. I'm not calling. I don't know. Showed him my Facebook page, showed him we teach this on Facebook and YouTube. He's like, I don't care about that. I don't know how I can get through to this brother. I thought I was talking to a different nationality. Well, once he sent me the ID, he was melanated like me. Now I'm really perplexed. I'm really flabbergasted. I'm really puzzled now. He said, okay, Jay, you want my ID? Send me your ID and I'll sign the documents. So here I am. He done lured me into his game. Like, am I supposed to send him my ID? I don't know what to do. Guess I got him playing my game. I may as well play his game too. I sent him my ID. Here I am, brother. I'm a brother just like you. I'm just trying to help you in this situation. And what does he do? Goes ghost again. He does it very well. But that time frame, he wasn't speaking to me. So I'm trying to figure out what things and I can do to hit his button to make him talk back. Because it seems like I'm the only one that's getting somewhere with him. He ain't getting nowhere with other companies. You sure can't call him and say you doing 35% because he know he got something. He kind of got an idea of it. He already know he around 63, 73,000. He not already adding it up. We had conversation last year, 35% is way too much. He'll send me emojis with the throwing up emojis. 35% is too much. Emojis throwing up. So we've got down to 15%. For 15% of 73,000 is still a four figure or for how to get paid four figures off a phone call. So even on a good surplus or a bad surplus, a high end deal, low end deal, we still at around about 10 grand just for texting each other back and forth, phone calling each other. But he's went gone again. And all I can tell him, all I sent him this morning, hey man, whenever you're ready to move, we ready to move. Just checking on you and following up with you. That's all we can do. But y'all got to contact these people and text them because we don't know if they done got paid if you don't actually ask them. And I know I went way past the question, but I'm just going into the mind frame of these people with these unclaimed funds and these surplus funds. Me and Karen went door knocking up last month. Knocked on mama's door. Your daughter owe 124,000, ma'am. Now mama saying, don't call me no more. I don't get it. I don't know, y'all. I know if I call Gary Scott, went over his sister or brother or whoever house, they may let Gary know. I know if I went over Karen's cousins, them family, if mama house at breast her soul, if she was still here, she would say something. I knew if I was going over such and sister, brother, uncle, or auntie house, somebody may relay that message. We got
Yeah,
people
somebody
saying,
gonna let you know, hey man, somebody came by and said you got $180,000
and
coming to you.
I think she knows if Karen wants to go back into it. And I know she knows. So I'm going into maybe her and her daughter just don't have that type of relationship that we would
Possible.
think. You know what I'm saying? Because you just don't know the history. Because I don't know. I can see the money sitting there, and ain't no claims filed, and the mom knows. So I don't know, y'all. So it's more to this business and going back to the students. So I want to see a success story. Man, we got bigger problems over here. These people throwing away six figures because they don't want help. They depressed. They mad. They won't let family. This ain't the first phone call I had, man. I had another dude down here in Texas, 59 grand, an earth case. So these people done died. So now the money is going to go to uncles, aunties, cousins, his dad. So I send the paperwork to him. He said, man, I showed it to my dad and we gonna pass. It's 59,000. What the hell you mean you gonna pass? So I'm thinking like, man, I don't know.
Cause
Is
that's
it
weird, cause
me?
it's like what you got to lose. We ain't asking for no money up front. We ain't
Man,
asking for nothing until we get you your money.
I need to go into the dictionary and the thesaurus of words to pick out because I'm lost. I lose a train of thought. It just it behooves me. I don't know if I can figure out the word after I seen that woman. And she was an attorney herself. She wasn't specifically a state attorney or a real estate attorney, but I could see in her history she used to be a family law attorney. And it baffles me on why she wouldn't allow anyone to help her claim $235,000. And she knew it. How did you know, Jay? Because she tried to fill in the paperwork to claim it herself. And I can see where they denied her because she didn't do a procedure right. And for
Question:
her
how
to
do
get,
we get that information? How do I go into a portal to be able to see if somebody put in a claim for the fund?
you're going to
That and
usually,
also,
usually in these different states and counties, they're going to have a portal that handles their civil cases. So you may have to go into California, so and so county, civil cases, and it brings up their case information regarding the civil cases. See, in Dallas, I forget the type of portal. I think it's like some type of smart search.
Mhm.
But every county is going to be different regarding where they're going to house that public information regarding their civil cases. So I'm not sure, because people ask me, like, where do I
right.
find it? So it's going to be different from every county, because every county is specific on where they're going to provide that information. Now you can contact them. That's the first thing I tell people do, is because everybody's going to be in different counties. The first thing I would do was contact counties. And then I would even give y'all another gem, maybe contact some local attorneys, because that's what we did. I think we was working with an attorney on selling Karen's mom's house, and we told him the business that he was doing, and he actually sent a link over to us, or gave us an email address of the county information. So the first thing I would tell y'all to do is contact your county, ask them, and then as you're asking them, just maybe email or contact some local attorney offices to see. But at the end of the day, all of this is public information. So because I had to search for someone's information, the guy that I've been chasing from El Paso, I had to find his information, because I think I went and looked for his information in El Paso, and I told him who he had his loan with. And I was like, hey, did you have this loan with so-and-so company? And that sparked some interest with him, for him to start talking back to me. He didn't say yes or something. I think I asked him another question or so, and he eventually started asking some other questions. So it's just a little extra digging that you're going to have to do, a little extra homework. So the first thing I would do is call my county and say, hey, county, my mom or my dad or my grandma was foreclosed on regarding some a property or some land or a business. Where do I find that case information regarding looking at the judgment, and when the property was sold and things of that nature, and they'll usually will direct you to it. So to answer that question, Gary Scott, I would contact your local county to see where they house and where they provide that information.
Okay. One other
So
question.
go ahead.
State statutes. Where do I get them? Because I went on the internet looking for the state statutes. So when I email proof that they have these funds plus the state statute, the only thing that I was able to find was something on this lawyer page or attorney's page, where they give you kind of the information, but it's not the actual state statute.
Well,
And
I
I
think
went and got the California seal for when I'm talking to somebody in California, and I put it on the letterhead, and then I just copy and paste like the lead information that you give me onto there, because it has, but I cross out where it was sold at, so they won't be able to get the information and go look and try to get it themselves.
I think where you found it, Gary, the first thing that you said, it was, hey, I found something that an attorney had listed on his or her page. So
Right.
with that being said, and them usually having to follow the rules and regulations and legal guidelines, I think that would be great. But I think, and this is state to state specifics also, every state is going to be different regarding, and this is unclaimed, and all states have some type of unclaimed law or statute. So you can just put in probably unclaimed funds law or unclaimed funds statutes in California, and it'll bring up some type of verbiage or some type of PDF, because it's the same thing in Texas. But I would start with Google or Yahoo, just unclaimed funds law or unclaimed funds statute in California, and it's going to bring up something. Now,
Okay.
like you said, you can just keep scrolling. I seen something from an attorney, and usually it's going to bring up different applications from different sites and different companies that are going to put what they have listed there regarding your search engine and what you typed in. But if you just keep scrolling around, there's something should come up regarding the California law and the statutes. But if that attorney has some wording listed there, I think that wording would be good enough for you to use. And if
Okay,
you
because
wanted
it
to,
is. It explains, but then there's some areas that go, like when it's explaining that the owner has this money coming to him, and based on the law such and such, it says you got to go like the section,
correct.
just such and such a substack, whatever.
Yeah. Now, I think that would be basic because I don't think we want to send them the
The
whole.
whole
I'm not
thing,
sure.
because
Yeah,
it might
I'm
be
not
too
sure if this
much.
can be pages and pages and pages
Right.
of these statutes and proceedings on how they go into detail. I think just like a paragraph or so for them just to show, because it can be thick, almost like the Bible. So
Right.
I'm with different states. So it's not like I need you to clip out and send them the entire
It'd be thick like the
statute and the
Bible.
law. Yeah, just like a paragraph of it that shows that it's an
Yeah. Okay,
actual
that's what
law.
I got. I
Yeah,
got
it's
that.
actually a thing of unclaimed funds because I don't even think the attorney went that deep into it. He just probably had a paragraph or so, and then he went into detail regarding something
Pretty
else. So
much. Yeah.
just
Yeah.
that paragraph would be proof enough for someone that there's some unclaimed funds or surplus funds and it's actually real. Because I was trying to figure out maybe if I was supposed to do that on this case out here in Texas. But at the end of the day, the guy was just saying, "Hey, I told my dad about it." And I was like, man, you still have, these other family members. What about, the rest of the family? I understand your dad said he doesn't want it, but you're supposed to have a duty to the rest of the legacy of the family members to inform him. See, this is what I'm talking about. See, I'm glad you speak of you speaking into existence. See, I think Trevor's about to come on and see. We've been
Yeah.
talking about this success stories, these success stories, and these success stories. So you're gonna get what you asked for. So, Trevor, I know you may be rolling right now. You may be driving, but when you get a chance to connect, and I'm glad he connected because we done almost 10, 20, 30, 40 calls, and Trevor always busy. Why? Because he always driving. And then at nighttime, he's still driving doing the Zoom calls that we do 7, 8 o'clock in the evening time. So it's hard for him to connect. So whenever his audio connects, I'm gonna say, see, whoever you was
Oh,
texting
that's
me.
the brother you was talking about that drive the truck and he get out on the
Yeah, here
weekends
you
when he's
go.
off
Here
to
you
go knock
go.
on doors.
Here he go. All he do is hustle, and he finna drop in. But I'm glad because you want to see what success look like. It's always
Right.
working. It's always working. That's what success look like. That's what success doing. You looking for a success story? It's working. It ain't. It's not. It ain't. It didn't get up with you on the vision board. Success
Right.
gets up and still got work to do on the vision board. Really
Right.
ain't
Right.
got time to talk. Really supposed to be focusing on driving. Really supposed to be still hustling, doing what he need to do. But just because somebody was asking for him, like Mystical said, in Louisiana said, I heard somebody say you was looking for me, so here I go. That's what's just about to happen right there. So if he get a chance
Here
to connect,
I
and
go.
God will, I heard somebody say you looking for me. Here I go. Here goes the success story. And I hope he get the chime back in and jump back in because I want him to keep driving. I want him
Be
to
safe out
make,
there.
I want him to keep his focus on driving,
Yeah.
Right. Because you don't want the man
but
to
if
kill
he can
himself.
jump in, but that's him. He caught a deal in Las Vegas, Nevada, like 183 grand and some change or something like that. And I'm not sure if there was any other liens and judgment. It may have been something else on the back end, but I knew after we finalized the deal, I wired him 20 grand. And that's him. That's him. But success story, man. What this? It ain't like I hit the mega millions. Like, come on, I don't know what were people looking for. It ain't like I hit the jackpot and I'm done for life. I'm not sure what people looking for. It's just a few dollars. And when you got kids, you got grown kids, you got a wife at home, you got mortgage, you got car notes, man, 20 grand could be gone
Yeah,
Oh
buddy.
yeah.
within
Oh
within
yeah.
a within a
Now
month.
there's a quick question for Karen. Okay. We got you remember Tashika got the Bob Diamond information, right? Well, he got 2 contracts. He got a what's it called? A non something and then a conforming or whatever, non-conforming and conforming. One of the
Non-circumvention, something like
contracts
that.
has it where he takes the money that do the processing and everything off the top. And then they split it. And that's the contract I have. Now, I know you guys got it different because of the way that we're saying it on the script. So it comes from our percentage that we're getting to process the deal, right? So I don't think we have the contract like that to be able to send to the person to sign for the contingency form. And I didn't see we got like 4 or 5 different power of attorney forms, but it looks real complicated, man. It's not all like, I understand, but he's got like 3 or 4 different ones. We just need the basic ones. That's why I'm asking Karen right now. We just need the basic ones, or whatever you guys want us to have.
It's the basic one. The one that we use works. I mean, we've closed deals with it, and we send that copy, that wet copy, the wet ink signature copy to the attorney, and then the attorney usually provides the POA and whatnot for the POA for the claimant and the POA to represent us. So I'm not sure what Bob. I'm sure whatever he has works, but I mean, you want to keep it as simple as possible.
Oh, we can come back.
You want to keep it as simple as possible and just use a plain contingency agreement.
So is there a way you can email me your contract? Because I want you to be able to work with your paperwork and us to do the stuff the way you want it.
Well, we usually provide it, Gary. Now this comes after y'all actually get a deal. So the first thing that we want to do is actually get a deal. And then once we actually get a deal on the contract, we send that paperwork directly to the client. So we want to take a load off y'all.
Because I'm supposed to send them the contingency form and the power of attorney first.
Now, usually that's what we send. The back office team, about everybody that's working with us, the only thing that y'all have to do is call and get an okay. See, once y'all call and get an okay, we usually take care of and pay for the notaries. We send the email notifications out, the welcome, the thank you email. You don't have to worry about, is this the right power of attorney? Do I have the right agreement? Bob Diamond, of course, got 3 power of attorney. We don't want you to have to worry about none of that. All we need y'all to do is just call and get an okay for the deal. We sent out all the paperwork for you. So I don't know if Karen was clear or we were clear regarding the structure of that, but we don't.
So all I have to do is just get their email address and telephone number and finish up the percentage. What we agree upon
on this last deal that we done out in Tennessee. The person didn't even close the deal. He had been speaking with the dude for 2 or 3 months, and the dude wasn't even responding to him anymore. He was responding, but he hadn't signed the agreement form. He hadn't mailed it back to us. He hadn't got specifics on he hadn't got it finalized on the percentage that he was doing. But I think he said 30%, and he didn't disagree with them. So we emailed him the documents. Then he told the student, hey, mail the documents to me. So I mailed it to him. And then he went blank on the student again. He said, I'm going to do it. So I told the student, give me the dude's number. I started to call him. I started to connect with him. I started to bond with him. We started talking about sports. We started talking about the kids. And then he said, hey, man, I'm going to go ahead and mail this stuff back to you. Now, aren't you this company out in Alabama? I said, no, man. We the company out here in Texas, Loyalty Recovery. See, I'm glad I got a chance to dive in. See, it's not, Gary, where you feel that you have to do everything. I got to negotiate with these people. I got to see what type of documents. No. You got to let the rest of your team work for you. Let the rest of your coaches help you. You just focus on contacting them, just getting the fish on the hook. If you can just kind of get them on the hook, we'll drop everything that we doing and come help you reel it in because you got a big fish on the hook and you need a little help. And you're trying to figure out what do I need to, you ain't got to do all that. So this student that got this 4-figure direct deposits actually sent it to his old lady Cash App. He didn't actually close the deal. Got the information, got the right party, let them know what was going on. Said it, we'd usually do it at this about percentage, and then it was just going back and forth. But to actually close the deal, I had to contact the dude, had to speak with him. It took another few weeks, almost a month. Hey, finally called him, got in contact with him. He said, "Hey, I got your paperwork here. I'm gonna go ahead and mail it back." So, Gary, all we're asking you to do, or y'all to do, contact the people, let them know, get an email address. If you're comfortable doing negotiations and they say, cool, no problem, I'm ready to move on, fine. If they give you pushback regarding negotiations, say, hey, everything is fine. We just want to negotiate and we're open to do whatever you like to do for us to help you. So at the end of the day,
anytime you hook it up to this, it sets the.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Where's my headphone? That's probably what's happening. Wait.
Take it off your headphones.
There it
I'm
is.
in the meeting too.
Wait, I know.
Okay, I think, let's see. I think we got, are you unmuted, Jason?
can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I think Gary's just trying to get some technical things undone.
Okay.
Okay, but go ahead and keep finishing.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
sure.
give Gary a little time to get situated with the
Okay.
headset stuff because he had a little loud stuff going on in the
It's
background.
cool. It's cool. There you go. We good.
Okay.
Okay. We wanted to mute you out for a little bit because you had a lot of partying going on in the background, so we want to make sure you were straight.
No, we had in the car. We got a doctor's appointment.
Okay. So what I was saying that we want to take out all of the hard part of what we had to do on our journey. You know, we had to do it all, and I can remember trying to figure out which document or which agreement and which power attorney and how. Man, you really have to do is just get an okay from these people. We send the documentation out, and then the attorney about whatever state that we're going to, they have their own documentation that they want filled out regarding them representing our firm and the claimant or the client. So at the end of the day, I don't want you to get too caught up on what I need to fill out. We just have them fill out a basic agreement. In our agreement, it has the power of attorney in the agreement. And then the attorney is going to come over and he's going to be a joker or put in his ace of spades or whatever on top of your stuff, because now the attorney is getting in the party on actually closing the deal. So they need their company documents taken care of. So once we do our stuff, that's just the beginning of the party. The attorney has to get other stuff documented and notarized again. So what I want y'all to focus on and actually is building a rapport with these people. Because if we don't have a relationship and a good rapport with these people about what's going on in the process and how you're going to be their point of contact throughout the next couple of months until we get this thing paid out, we won't have to worry about no paperwork and a power of attorney because they won't be answering phone calls and returning text messages and emails.
Right.
So and if California is starting to be a tough party for you, go back into those old leads and find some other states. Go back down south. Go back to another part of the West Coast. See if you see something in Nevada. Go back down to the other coastlines because I think in the South, things can be a little bit different than how we got on the West Coast. I think in the South, things and conversations can be a little bit different on how you do it on the East Coast. I think in the South, conversations and things can be a little bit different on the north side of the coast. And I'm sure conversations will be different in Alaska and Hawaii and the time differences. So if you're struggling trying to find something, and Sean Booz is real good with this, stop trying to worry about trying to get a deal in your backyard, man. You got 48 states that you can work with. I think we're sending leads out for everywhere except Alaska and Hawaii right now. So you got other places you can go call and contact that actually pay out faster than California, because California is one of those states where the funds are going to go to the courthouse first. Then you got to go put in motions and all the things of that nature that attorneys do on actually getting their funds released. See, in Texas and Tennessee and Nevada, you just file paperwork with the trustee and you're done. You can get paid out in 1 month. And this is what one of those deals that happened with us, that big deal that Karen showed the $17,000 wire transfer. That was a Tennessee deal. The damn attorney was done with that in 3 weeks.
Well,
It may have been 2 weeks if you want to get technical with it. I'm gonna just say 3. But he was done damn near faster than he was the fastest.
You had to wait for the check to clear, the money
because
to clear.
it's not going through a court. He's just getting with the trustee. Hey, this is what's happening. Let's go ahead and get it. Trustee said, okay, let me verify everything good. Sending a check to your attorney. Attorney say good, what they want it. They want a wire or they want it in the mail. Dude want it in the mail. Mail them a certified check. Here's your wire transfer. Dude money in the check. I'm out of the office Friday. I'm leaving early. Bye. Have a good one. Holler at me when you get another one. See, this is what you want.
Okay.
Same thing in
Hey,
Texas.
so do we have to have it? Can we? Because we didn't do the LLC just yet,
You don't need that.
so we can just have it.
All you need to do is call Gary. Focus on
Okay.
just call.
So you're
You
gonna
don't
take
need
care of
nothing.
everything. So all I got to do is just get the deal where they say, okay, we can do it at 30%.
Okay. Okay. I sent
And
good.
then I just tell them my processor is gonna call you, and they're gonna be sending all over the paperwork and everything like that.
Yeah, my back office team is like treated like a business. I don't need you to figure out how to do everything right now. LLC, get all that taken care of later. Focus on all that later. Right now, the dude that got the 4-figure deposit in Tennessee, he didn't have a LLC. He didn't have nothing. And he was actually legally blind, if you want to continue to get deep into it.
Mm-hmm.
Legally blind. So I'm trying to be easy on y'all on why my people that can see and can hear and don't have no disabilities ain't got deal yet. But God bless this dude that's having a situation with his seeing. He was able to do it. But he said, hey, I can sit at home and I can make calls and I can text. And I want him to keep going. But he got his
Right.
first deal. Just doing that. No LLC. And he said, hey man, here's my wife's Cash App. Send it to a Cash App. We didn't even send it to a direct route and an account number. He gave us the Cash App, sold us the little Cash App little thing that we could verify the picture and make sure it was you. We sent $1 to her Cash App to verify it was her. She said, yes, I received $1. Then boom, we sent the rest of the four-figure wire transfer deposit through Cash App.
Wow.
Through Cash App.
Mhm.
So do they have an LLC? No, he don't have no LLC.
Can I speak on that? This, focus on closing your first deal. And when you get those funds, then you can use that money right there to build your business and go get your pay to get your LLC and go get your, whatever you need to go set up for the business. Because when we started off, we didn't necessarily have an LLC. And we was already making phone calls and whatnot, dealing with attorneys. We didn't have an LLC at all.
But about time we got that first 4-figure. Well,
Yeah.
our first wire was actually 5 figures.
Mm-hmm.
With our mentor Ron. We had an LLC then because he was like, hey, do y'all got your LLC? When this money come in, I'm gonna wire it right to you as soon as I get the check from the attorney. And boom, I got my funds. The attorney get paid. I want to wire y'all this money as soon as we get it. And by that time, we had it. But right now, we're just asking y'all to come in as little contractors, little business people, little mini entrepreneurs that's getting it together. And like y'all say, like Gary, hey Jay, do I need this? Do I need that? No. Just determination, just motivation, just a laptop, just a cell phone. If you don't have a LLC, call on behalf of Loyalty Recovery. Hey, I'm with the unclaimed or the payoff department. There's some unclaimed funds or the surplus excess funds that are due to you. I'm just informing the family. My back office team will go about submitting the documentation through email. Do you have an email address? Is this email address still accurate? Yes, no, yay, nay. Hey, my back office team, they're going to contact you to verify. We may have to send a mobile notary out to continue to get some documents notarized by the attorney or whatever it may be. They're going to get in contact with you. I'm just letting you know, and you just want to build that rapport that you and the company that you're working with are going to take care of them. So no, the guy in Tennessee that got the 4 figures, just called on behalf of Loyalty Recovery. This was a deal that me and Karen found in Georgia. This was another student, an older lady. I don't want to say that because ladies don't like when you call them old. A more mature lady, old enough to be my mom or senior enough to be my mom. I love her like she's my mom, Viola, and we still go back and forth and bump heads to this day. No, she can call on behalf of her LLC or ours. It doesn't matter. But she called the young man, foreclosed
Oh, is
out
that
in
what we
Georgia.
should do? Because I was saying in the script, I'm with a asset recovery group, and that we're Our processing company is Loyalty Royalty Recovery.
If that's the way you want to do it, if that's what floats your boat, Gary, that's fine. But I'm
Well, I
saying
just
to you,
wanted to make sure because I know you guys are like, oh, you got to promote your company as well. But
no, it's
we
not
also
specific
we're doing business with you.
for you to get that deal, Gary. However you get them on the phone, besides lying to them, we okay with it. So if you want to say your company name is working with Loyalty Royalty, you want to say your company name is working with your sister company or your brother company, Loyalty
Mm-hmm.
Royalty, all of that is okay. It's not because when you're on the phone with this company, the promotion that you're doing is you because that's you're the first point of contact when you speak with someone on the phone. That's
Right, correct.
you're actually dealing with them and you're the representation of your company and whatever the LLC may be and our company. So however good that you do or however you handle the situation is going to be a reflection on our company and yours. But however, and Karen is good about this on a weekly basis on you're going to have to get comfortable talking to these people and you're going to be comfortable with how you want to handle your script because your script
Right.
may change. Like Karen say, she changed her script from week to week, from month to month, because you're just pretty much just going with the flow of the call. We've all
Right.
worked jobs before, so we've all made phone calls like, hey, I'm on behalf of Target. I'm calling on behalf of Walmart. I'm calling on behalf of um, so and so Kirby vacuum sales. We've all had jobs before, so the name can change.
Right.
But when you go into quality control and you listen to your call, that's the only thing that we're grading is how you think you did on the call on speaking to them. And the only way that would get better is you keep calling, you keep speaking to these people, and you continue to be comfortable on speaking to these people regarding the situation. Anything you want to chime
Right.
in
That's
with?
what I was
Karen,
telling. I
or
was
Courtney?
telling Tashika that after a while, you just keep doing it. That's why I said we need a 30-day just push every day, just creating that habit. And then what happens? It takes all that little nervousness out. All that just goes away because you've done it so much. It don't bother you no more. You're prepared.
There you go.
Gotta do it.
Right.
You want to jump in with that, Karen? What you got on that?
Yeah, I
I'm
agree with
feeling
him
comfortable on the phone.
100%. I agree with him 100%. At first, I wasn't comfortable, with talking to claimants on the phone because, I come from a background where discussing money made me feel very uncomfortable. Even if it was discussing my money or someone else's money, just made me feel very uncomfortable. So I had to kind of break out of that. And I'm gonna share this short little story before I get to my point. When I was in the fashion industry and I was working with my first mentor, his name happened to be Ron too, funny thing. And I remember us having a meeting at Starbucks and he was trying to get me to take my fashion production to the next level. And he was saying that this is going to consist of big money here. And I wasn't ready, mentally I wasn't ready. And I was like, I'm afraid of money. And he said, girl, what? We can't work together if you're afraid of money because we about to make some money. And so looking back on that when that happened and then coming into this business, I had to kind of break out of that shell of being afraid of money, discussing money, talking about money to other people. And so, and then on top of that, their situation, right? They just
Right.
been foreclosed on, So it took a lot. I'm going to say this. It took a lot of being consistent with just calling. And I would just take a deep breath and I would just try my best. And I would just try to translate the script as much as I could, because when our mentor Ron, California Ron, gave us that script, I was like, okay, this is a lot. How am I supposed to digest this and make this my own? And I remember a few coaching calls with him, and he would make me like pretend like we were having like one-on-one role playing. And that just made me so nervous. I was just like, oh my gosh, am I going to ever get this? Are these butterflies going to ever go away? Like, Karen, why are you acting like this? And I'm like, you've been on national TV, you've spoken to, on the national platform. Why are you so scared to call people on the phone about money? I said, well, one, it's money. That's hard. Money. And then I'm just like this random person calling you. Like now I sound like a scam. So it was just so much, and if I could go back and change things from when we first started, I would give myself a lot more grace. Because I really made it harder than what it really was. It's not
Right,
that,
and it's all in your own mind.
right. It's all in your own mind. And that's why I say a lot in our YouTube videos, sometimes I have to get out of my own way. And I can get in my own way with my thoughts and everything. But if you can just kind of get out of your own way and digest that script and really truly understand the surplus business and how the process goes and how it works, then you should be able to translate that and explain that like you've been doing this for 10 freaking years to somebody that has no clue of what's going on. You should be able to explain it. So once you digest it and you really make it your own, because now I'm fluent, I can talk about it. You know, I can get with my friends, we go out, I meet people, and I start telling them what I do and everything. And it's just so fluent now. It just comes out like, you know, like it's natural. Like I've been doing this for 10 years and it's only been a little over 5 years now. So that's my key, and that's my sauce to all of this is if you can truly understand the surplus funds business and just take that script and just take what's important for the first call to say to the claimant, then I think you're on your way. Because like Jason has explained in numerous videos, you're going to talk to them more than once. You may not get a signature on that first call. You may not. So you may look up and you may, but sometimes it's going to take numerous conversations. And that's where the relationship building and the rapport building comes in at. Because
so now they feel comfortable with you because they done talked to you a few times.
Exactly.
Y'all been interacting about life a little bit, and you know, now they feel like you're a friend. You done said they knew you 20, 30 times.
Exactly.
So now they feel like they know you and you know them.
I've been trying to close a deal out for a couple of days now for Trevor, that was just on here a second ago. I've been trying to close one out, and we, you know, whenever I can catch her on the phone, we talk. We don't even talk about the dang on surplus. We start talking about, she was like, you know, I just want my son to, you know, get his life on track and be the man that he's supposed to be when he gets out of jail, because she's trying to handle his claim because he's getting ready to be released to come home. And she was like, I don't know if I failed as a mother. And I was like, oh no, don't do that, Miss Gina. Don't do that. You didn't fail as a mother. No one wrote a one-on-one book on how to be the perfect parent. You know, so we have personal conversations like that. And I uplift her, and she's like, I really appreciate
and he's trying to become like almost a friend that's an associate, like.
Exactly. And so she was, you know, she'll get to talking, and when she's talking, I'm taking note because she's like, yeah, me and his dad divorced and da. So I'm like, okay, they're divorced. So now I'm getting information. Okay. And I was like, is he our only child? Yes, that's our only child. So now I'm like, okay, I'm getting information now without her even knowing that I'm picking at her brain to find out what the situation is over there, you know? So now that helps me with my case. Now I don't have to go look for another sibling or a child, and I don't have to go look for a wife because she's already said she's divorced. That's the only child, and that's his only child. So now I have that information. And so just, you know, talking and just building that relationship with them. And she's like, oh, I feel like I'm talking too much. And I'm like, you're not. Don't worry. I said, I love talking to my claimants. I said, you know, don't worry about all that. You know, I love talking with you, and I think you're a great person. And, you know, so yeah, she didn't answer the phone yesterday. It's all good. But I know that she's not going to move forward with anyone else because me and her, we've had too many one-on-one personal phone calls with each other. It's just that she's busy, and we have to understand that when we're dealing with these claims, y'all, these claimants are busy. They have their everyday lives that they have to, you know, think about. You know, when I called her, she was in the car. I didn't ask her where she was on her way to, but she's busy, probably on her way to work, you know. So we have to just, you know, understand that and be patient. And when they're ready to sign, they will sign. When they're ready to move forward, they will move forward. Right. You know, so that's how you have to look at it right there. Jason, did you have anything to say?
Were you talking to me or Jason?
No, I think I'm good. We still got Sultan on the side. Sultan, anything you want to chime in on any one of these questions or concerns or anything that you have regarding anything Gary was speaking about on feeling comfortable on the phone or your journey or any input, because
Yeah.
this is just the Surplus Funds Party, and we welcome you and thank you. We met Sultan back out in Atlanta maybe a year or 2 or 3 ago, if I'm not mistaken. So we welcome and thank you for coming on. So anything you got for us or Gary
Yeah.
regarding the surplus funds and the situations we have on a day-to-day
Yeah,
regarding
so
our
it's
people.
like you, I just everything you guys are saying is on point, and the experience is real. You know what I mean? When you really start talking to these folks and you understand how heavy some of the situations are, you know what I mean, and just and being able to just empathize with this situation, you know, a lot of times, as
Exactly.
opposed to like not really thinking about the money. You know what I
There
mean?
you go.
You're just thinking about, and I got this a lot from y'all that one night at the hotel, especially you, Jason. It was like, I'm just trying to help these people. You know what I mean? And when you help people, it's gonna come back to you, whether it's on a job or just on the side of like just helping people. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
I think that's a great mindset because that's where you got to come from because then they can feel the difference.
yeah, yeah. So you come at them, and like even today, I called a lady back. I was so excited. This is a door knock, right? I dropped my packet off with her the other day. And when I say my packet, I dropped like an introduction to the surplus that they're owed, along with the relevant Georgia law that governs it, and a little introduction to the company as well. And then the second part of the packet I drop off is actually an engagement agreement so that they can go ahead and read it at their leisure and sign
Hey,
it.
time out, Sultan, before you go.
Hmm.
Do you have your fee agreement inside your pack?
It's in that
Regarding
in
your
great.
percentage.
Yeah, the percentage is, I do have my percentage in there. And I don't say it's negotiable or anything, even though it kind of is.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
I just leave it at that.
Okay.
And I also, you know, I might have the lawyer's name, talk about the account and how the money's gonna flow. And so they can look that up. They can look the lawyer up. They can look up, you know, what's going on as far as, is this legit? Header, footer, you know, all the good stuff for a business letter and agreement. But anyway, so I say that just as a backstory. I dropped that off with her maybe like 3 weeks ago. I could look it up in my CRM, but I dropped it off like 3 weeks ago. And then I had my stories get crazy. So I was driving, I came over there, somebody pulling out the driveway, and I'm like, oh no, I must have just missed somebody. It was a dude, but he looked kind of young. And I was like, okay, the gentleman's name is a male, it's a man's name, right? Mind you, the time when I dropped out the packet, they didn't tell me what she about to tell me right now. So I actually turned around and followed the dude down the street, and I couldn't find him. So I said, let me go back to the house. I was like, maybe I could run into him somewhere, you know, when I followed him. But I was like, dang, where he's at? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go back to the house. I parked the car, go to the house, and I knock on the door, and the lady comes to the door, and she's like, hey, you know, how you doing? I was like, yeah, well, I dropped off a packet here the other day, for you know, for the claimant, so to speak, and she said, oh, he passed away like back in February. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You know what I mean? I didn't, you know, I'm sorry for your loss and everything. So I don't remember if I left it with you or not, but are you related to him in some kind of way? She said, yeah, I'm his wife. I was like, oh, you're his wife. And I almost started getting excited because I know that, you know, she would be able to play a part in that, whether or not she was on the deed or not. But I was like, okay, well, I got somebody that can claim it. If he's passed away and his wife is right here,
Yeah.
bingo.
Boom.
You know what I mean? So, anyway, but I had to pull myself back. Like, wait a minute, bro. It's not about the money. It's about helping her. Okay. She just told you her husband died. You should not be getting excited. You know what I mean? You should be at her level where she is at in that state.
Good mental check right there.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, So fortunately, she gave me her number. She said, I'm a little busy right now. I'm cooking dinner. I just got off of work. I was like, because I was asking if you want to, we can go over the packet I left you with right now. Because she said, well, what I need to do? Now, she said something really nice. She said, what I need to do, just sign it.
We like that.
I was like, I almost said yeah, but she was saying, but I don't know, because I'm getting all these other letters and people coming by too. I was like, oh, so I don't want her to sign the wrong one, right? And I told her which one it was. She said, yeah, I just pulled and looked at it the other day. But she said, but I did want to run it by my sister. She's more familiar with this, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, one thing led to another where I ended up calling her back today. It's 2 days later. I called her back the day she told me. And then she said she wanted to run it by her sister, which she told me when I visited too. Called her back today. And so I got a call with her at 2:00. But I almost did the same thing when I called her back today. I said, hey, Miss such and such, how you doing? And she's like, I'm actually at the hospital with my daughter. I'm not doing too well, but and I said, oh, I'm sorry. Once again, back in that. Okay,
Empathy.
well, don't be so excited when you call and just be even kill. And then she's like, but she said, but I should be home around 2:00, so give me a call then. So I'm just great, CRM note, leave it at that. So every interaction is unique.
Yeah. Ask
Yeah,
about
and
the
it's
daughter
just
when you call.
I'm sorry.
I was saying, make sure you ask. That's first thing you should say when you call her is ask about the daughter.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I gotta remember that. I remember that. So yeah, so it's it's just a matter of taking it day by day and not being discouraged, because I got another one. He signed up. I mean, we done sent the notary by there. All we're waiting on is for him to get us the wills. That's it. I went by there before. They way south of the airport, so it take me like an hour to drive over there. But and I'm like, what's going on with this dude? He's not answering the phone. He's not texting back. I know it's a mortgage, so they might be going through eviction. And so I'm like, okay, well, I got to go down there and visit him today as well. But it's situations like that where he's done. I mean, our lawyer done called the trustee, everything. So everything's squared away. We're just waiting on the wills, and that's it. You know what I mean? But he done turned into a ghost, so I don't know what happened.
And our last one in Georgia took about 6 months. What's the time frame on you, Sultan, on the last
On
one?
the foreclosure, she said that'd be
Yeah.
like on the foreclosure on that one, the way it is. If everything is as he said, because he said that, okay, the house is in the grandma's name. The grandma willed it to his mom, and his mom willed everything to him. Mind you, he has a brother, uncle, some other stuff. But if the will says this, then we can go by that according to our lawyer. So she told us it'd be within 30 days with this particular trustee on the foreclosure side.
Yeah.
So typically the foreclosure could be long, but it could be a lot faster in Georgia, at least,
It varies.
compared to the tax, which got to go through the county, like y'all was saying, over there as well.
Yeah, it varies with us. It's the attorney that we had. She said this was one of the slowest trustees, and it was holding up a lot of their cases. So it took us about 6 months for us to actually get paid out on that one, and that's from the signature all the way to getting the funds. So it's glad to hear that you hang with this particular trustee, because I don't want people to get caught up and think like, I take it. This is not a job. If you want to do something this week and get paid next week, Burger King, McDonald's, Taco Bell. Those are the jobs where you can work this week, and some jobs have where you got to work a week and a whole. It's going to be getting paid every 2 weeks. This is not that. So I'm glad you say, hey, this one could be a month or so, could take longer, could be this, could be taxes, could be longer if you have to go through the court process, because I think a lot of students just skip that part. And then when it takes to pass a month or 2 or 3, they want to update. There ain't no update. It's just a process. So I just wanted to go over there with you, and I'm glad you chimed in and say, hey, it can be 30 days, but it depends, because now you say, hey, we waiting on some wheels now. And the quicker that they get the wheels to you, the quicker that y'all can finish processing and getting things done. So I just wanted to chime in on that point, on how fast things go. And that's if you have an attorney. And Sean Bougie done a good video on this the other day. Like you get it to the attorney, and you would think that they start working on these things right now. Man, sometimes they may not even get back to you till a month or so later
Yeah.
in certain situations. And I'm still working one on out here in New Jersey. It took a attorney about 2 months just to get back, just to say, we're gonna charge you about $5,000 up front just for doing this. Man, you could have told me that in the first conversation, but he did say, he told to my other partner, let me get this over to my other will and estates attorney and let me see what he says. So that process took about 2 months. And then we're going to have to go a different route and find another attorney, because I'm not paying you $5,000 for you to just get started. So in certain situations, it happens. And I had a student, she was saying, well, no, our attorneys work on contingency fee and this. Like, well, no, not all attorneys are the same. Not all attorneys practice the same practice. Not all attorneys want to work with so-called third parties. Not all attorneys got to do what you say do. They got their own practice on what they do and how they do. Some may want something up front, some may say, hey, I do it on the back end, but I charge you more. You don't know how and what until you actually contact these attorneys. So I just wanted to chime in on that also. But go ahead, son.
Yeah, but I like it because I'm like a 007 investigator. You know, when I go by, like I got another one, she passed away. So now I'm starting to target the neighbors, but I'm doing more than that. I'm taking pictures. I got their cars, the tag number. So I'm like, we live in the same area. So if I happen to see, like one time the lady, there's another one too, but there's lots of them. But I'm taking tag numbers so that if I'm in the air and we at the grocery store and I see that car, I'm okay. I know that's. Let me see if that's the right tag number. Let me see if that's the right tag number. Let's see if that's the right tag number.
Something like a baby daddy that got dumped.
Target.
He's like an ex-baby daddy looking for baby mama. Like, if I see your life, if I see your car, I'm looking for your ass. If I think I thought I saw you. Oh my gosh. Hey man, I'm trying to tell you, that's a good point. 007. We got to find people. We don't get deals if we don't find people.
Yeah, so I'm starting. This last month I really stepped up the door knocking. You know, I've done it here and there, but this last month, this August, I stepped it up hard. And so I said, from there on out,
we stick these on the door. We did some door knocking this week, and we have purple envelopes, and we have our own little stamp that we stamp our logo and our address and stuff, and we put their information right here. And then if it seems like they're there, I'll leave it there. But if it's already a lockbox on there indicating that they're probably already gone, then we'll just take this with us and then try to, skip trace and find where they may have moved to. But it has what you just said, all the information. It has our welcome letter and talks about the surplus, and then we put our agreement in there as well, and our business card. So, and I just do purple to make it stand out,
Nice.
Y'all tell Gary, if he start door knocking, you may want to take off that Trump hat. You don't know how people gonna feel about your swag. You don't want to go to Team Camilla.
There we go.
When you at they door with that hat on, they ain't gonna answer the door. So you got to make sure that you be dressed to impress, like Sultan is over there. Yeah. So you roll up to Team Camilla, they be like, hey, this dude here trying to throat some Trump.
Right, I wouldn't wear this hat.
Stuff. I ain't answering this damn door. He done lost his damn mind.
Right.
Yeah.
And if the brother don't win, we done. America, we might not be doing.
I didn't want to bring that up for us to start talking politics, because it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Because this day party, they already throwing it. They already know who's gonna be the valedictorian and who's gonna win the best dress and everything else that they got going on. So I don't want to get no feathers all flying about what's going on with that, because I didn't watch it last night. I just seen that hat you was wearing. And I know we kind of have to be mindful on where we're at and what we're doing and the door knocking. So I'm a real lay low type of dude. I'm really a sports fan, ball cap, sports shirt, ball cap, and hat type of dude. So, but when I go out, I kind of have to go ahead and get dressed, go ahead and put my little business collar shirt on, or my business a t-shirt and put a cap on or something because my hairline ain't where it used to be back in the day, and the hair on top is starting to run for its life, and it ain't there no more.
Baby, it already
So
ring.
so it's just a little dress to success tips, like old Sultan is dressed this morning. May have some slacks on. I'm not sure if he wearing some nice shoes or some tennis shoes or something. Just a little
I
nice
got
collar shirt.
jeans, but I do have some nice shoes to go.
Yeah,
with
but
it.
we ain't got to do no suit and ties or nothing. It ain't that type of
Yeah.
party. Just a nice little shirt, show them that we are some professional entrepreneurs just trying to help. And at the end of the day, we just passing out money, man. So I think that we should be able to be cool and come dressed to impress and be cool and casual and fly. Because if you mess with us, you finna get a big check. Conversating with us at the end of the day, and these type of phone calls and conversations you ain't gonna get all the time. So this is the best business, one of the best businesses I've ever seen. Actually saved me and my family's life because I just put family trees together and contact husbands and wives and family members and give them back money that they didn't know about. So I'm really thankful for this, and I appreciate you and Gary hopping on, Sultan. And Sultan, I'm sure he has a couple of deals up under his belt, Gary, and he does his own thing out there in Georgia. And I'm glad he hopped in because students was talking about a success story. I don't know how many deals Sultan got, maybe 3 years ago or something when we met, but I think he was telling he was just getting started.
Yeah, it was even sooner than that. We met. It wasn't that long because I only started my business in November.
Yeah.
So we met probably within the last 10 months or something like that. Whenever y'all was out here with to see the gentleman.
Yeah. So exactly. So if you
yeah.
want another success story, Sultan. Now, Sultan is doing this on himself, where he's able to go about putting the pieces together like me and Karen did on building the business up from the ground, from the mud. And he was just hanging out with us because we happened to be tiptoeing in his backyard. And we were highlighting that, hey, we're going to be at the hotel over there for anybody that's thinking about or maybe doing anything around here regarding surplus funds. Come holler at me and Karen because we checking in like them little kids say, you come to my city, you need to check in. Like
pull up.
Pull up, you know what I'm saying? So we hollered at some people online and told them, hey, we're going to be here. Go ahead and come on out. We're not charging you anything, just come on and hang out with us. If you want to provide us a donation, great. If not, just come on and hang out with us and talk surplus. So Sultan is another one of our success stories, not specifically with us where we paid him, but he was saying, hey, I'm going to start this business and I'm going to do it. And he would just come and hang out with us to just kind of bounce ideas off each other and how will we do it. And I'm sure since that time frame, since we've met, he's closed a few deals right now. So we still consider Sultan one of our students and a business partner, but he is one of these students that's doing it by himself and handling his claims himself, from the signing to getting the paperwork, getting it to the attorney dispersing the funds.
Hold up. I can't let you keep doing that. I'm not doing it by myself.
Well, no, it's still the same though. You're doing it. Well, now if you got some help, a business partner, you got a team, you still close the deal. I wouldn't say, hey, you're doing it all by yourself, because
it still had to be somebody's vision. It had to be somebody's vision.
Right.
To put the
you guys, together. I tell you, you guys were one of the main jump starts for me that night because I saw you guys were allowing me to meet a real person, a real couple with your child, with you too. You know what I mean? That was like, okay, this is a real family that's doing this business. I was even just telling my wife when I was coming down to this office, I said, oh, it's the couple from Texas. They had a Zoom. I'm on there with the Zoom. You want to get on, and you want to check it out. She's doing the homeschool right now, so she don't have time. But yeah, no, you guys, you guys, like, I'm looking at Texas. I collected some Texas ones from last month, but I just been so focused on Georgia. But now you guys are a major motivation. Like I'd be like, why y'all? I'm looking for more YouTube videos. I'm like, what? She doing it? Oh man, that ain't about surplus. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm gonna get on the subs and we gonna start doing more.
Yeah.
I appreciate that you're looking for more and want more. So if our people say I'm looking for more and I want more, we gonna look for more. Watch out, Sean Bougie, Eric Richardson, Nick Fulmer, Bob Diamond. They want some more. So we coming for y'all ass. But
hey, let me tell you, inside, it's gonna be public, but Eric's doing a live on YouTube tonight.
Yeah.
At 7:00 our time.
Yeah.
And he's gonna have, I don't know if y'all use PropStream.
We have before in the past, and it's a good tool that we
Okay.
use in the real estate sector. But go
Yeah,
ahead.
he's gonna have one of the PropStream executives on there going over their product. And so I've been paying for it just the last month or so. I just got on there, but it's gonna be open to the public. So it's gonna be live on YouTube at 7 p.m. tonight on
Is
his
that
channel.
something we need? Is that something we need to register for? Or is that just something he already
No,
has
it's live.
scheduled?
It's live on YouTube. It's free. It's
Okay,
open.
okay.
You know, so if you
Watch
catch it,
out for that.
yeah. And so he's gonna be having her or him on there going over how to utilize PropStream in the surplus business. And
Okay.
I'm itching for that one because it's
Oh yeah.
a lot of times I'm checking my liens and stuff that way as well, you know, and mortgages and stuff like that too.
Exactly. I'm with you.
You know, the big picture is iron sharpens iron, and that's exactly what we are doing. We're all just sharpening each other's skills. We still learn from Eric Richardson. We still learn from Sean Bougie. We still learn from Nick Former. Like, we are still learning because this is an ongoing business that you're going to have to keep learning because things change and you know, there's so many, you know, statutes and rules change in different states and stuff. So you have to kind of stay on top of things. But we're all learning from each other, you know. And I know that Eric he chimes in and watches sometimes. Eric, I know you watching if you listening to this Zoom right now. I'm just kidding. But
Shout
no,
out, Eric.
we all like literally, like, I can walk in a room and Jason is listening to Eric. Or he's listening to Nick while we're driving. This is learning, you know, and we're all just learning from each other. So iron sharpens iron. So
Keep
let's
watching
just
us, Eric. Keep
growing.
watching us, Eric. We're gonna keep watching you too.
Yeah.
So it's and I'm great and thankful for that because it's because of Eric and Sean and Bob Diamond and Nick Fullman that we're doing these videos. So we're a product of them. We probably didn't buy all of their courses, but they put so much out online. And like another one of our students, Sean, say, hey, Jason and Karen, they put everything online for you. If you just watch the videos and follow what they tell you to do, you could do it. So it's been so much free game and online of what the greats before us have already done and what we're already done. You can put it together and you can do it. And like Schultz and say, hey, I ain't doing it all by myself, Jay. I got a little team that I work with too. Cool. The same over here with us, me and Karen. We have some mentors and some people that we also work with on our back office team on verifying liens and judgments and closing out deals and finding the attorneys and things of that nature. It's helpful, you know, when you have someone that's just more than you to help put the pieces together. And that's what we was trying to explain to Gary. He was like, I'm trying to figure out the paperwork and the power of attorney, and Bob got this, and Bob got that, and Bob got this. And we were trying to tell Gary, hold on, let's go back to square one. All I want you to do is call these people and have a conversation. You got a team that's in the headache department of where you say you got your headache at. You got a headache regarding which forms, and we got that covered. Now he can take that burden off his shoulder. Oh, I ain't got to worry about that no more. I didn't even know. I thought I had to figure out which. You ain't got to do that. So it's helpful when you have a team. It is helpful. You don't have to figure out everything and do everything. You can focus on what you need to do, and as more as you focus on what you need to do, you'll get better at it. Get better at it. Just like I'm outside practicing my son, I'm teaching him how to switch hit for baseball, batting on his left side, batting on his right side. He get pissed off every time he misses it. I just say, hey, man, it's just practice. If you keep practicing and keep practicing, you're going to hit more. Keep practicing, you're going to hit more. You keep practicing catch, you're going to catch more. Keep practicing soccer, you're going to get faster, you're going to get quicker. So this is just practice, y'all. We're going to mess up. We're going to mess some things up. We're going to figure out how to do it better. But don't get too hard on yourself for figure out why you're trying to do everything on offense, everything on defense. You do have a team around that you can reach out to and allow us to do what we do to make the business easier for you. You know, so I want to close some deals with us, and we'll figure out how to work together. But if we're working together, if we're competing, I just want to see y'all win. At the end of the day, just help somebody, because when y'all help somebody, it helps all of us in this business. You know, it's gonna come around. You know, when our students or anybody that we reflect on, like he said, we were a jump start. We were a firecracker that lit up under him. And since that time frame, he's seen where he was trying to go, and now he getting there. So Gary, with you on this phone call, you can see where you're trying to go, and here's your team around you, you know, that can help you get there. But if you're in Cali and you hadn't quite got one yet, I'm gonna say like Sean Bougie does, don't don't try to fix yourself where you think that you have to get one in your backyard. Like Sults was saying, he was thinking about going out to Texas and get some in Texas. Come on, because I think it's 254 counties down here. It's so many. And the only ones that we've done in Texas have been the one in Dallas County, just our backyard, because we enjoy hanging out in our backyard and helping people in our backyard. Why? Because Sultan said that we could drive there and we can door knock. So it gives us an advantage on the people that are in your county that you can close to, that you can drive through, that at least maybe an hour or so away. I'm not saying we're going to drive 2 and 3 hours. It's not a road trip. But for an hour and up under, if you can drive to these people, drive to the people that's an hour and under to you. You may mess around and get one because it's a numbers game, right? If you got 20 people that you drive to and you put mail on their door, it's a matter of time before one of them pop up and say, yes, I want to do it. Just a numbers game. So that's how me and Sultan and Karen are going to do the door knocking. And as he says, since the temperature is dying down a little bit, it's not so much 100 degrees every day like it was back in May, June, and July. And some of August, we're going to turn up the door knocking more now than what we've done back in the past because the weather is suitable for us to get out and do so. And it's our duty.
We're approaching the so-called holidays.
Well, that too. And people still got foreclosed on, and it's an emergency, like Sultan said. You know, they're going through it. The kids are going through it. Their health, divorce, death, the 3 Ds, death, divorce, and debt. Death, divorce, and debt. People are going through it. So it's our duty to reach out to these people and help them the best way we can. Anything else anybody got before we get up out of here? Because we can do this all day.
Before we go, I just want to share just a personal testimony. I don't think I've ever said this to you directly, Jason, but I just want to say, and this is outside of me being your wife, as your business partner, I really appreciate the hard work that you have put into this business. I appreciate you pushing me and dragging me along like Fred Flintstone's grabbing Wilma by her bun and making her do it. So I appreciate it because this has given me a platform. Because to be honest, y'all, I didn't know what my purpose was. I was like, God, I know you got something great for me. I know, everybody has a skill set. I got friends over here that know how to style and do hair and do this and do that. Like, what am I supposed to be doing? Like, I don't understand what my purpose was. So I appreciate you introducing this business and building our team up, building our back office. When I tell y'all this back office is bad, it's bad. Now I mean bad as good, because it allows me to focus on calling claimants and not worrying so much about the paperwork and the negotiating and all of that. All I got to do is just call and get a guest and get their email address. And then my back team, they go and they do all the searching to make sure there's not any other liens and judgments and, all this other stuff that, background stuff that I don't have to worry about and focus on, So it just made everything so much easier for me to be me and to be able to, give myself so much of myself on YouTube and to teach and to bring new students in to teach everyone how to do this business when I got a whole back office that's handling everything else. And all I'm waiting for is to hear back and saying when y'all gonna drop my deposit. It don't get no better than that. So if I've never told you that, I'm telling you right now on this live stream, thank you. I really, truly appreciate the hard work that you have really put into this business and the continuing hard work that you continue to put in and the pushing, and not just pushing me, but pushing our students and pushing other people and just really recruiting, trying to tell other people when we're out and about in public, just trying to tell people what we do, and just, trying to help people change their mindset of, multiple streams of income, and that it's so easy. You can do this from home. So that's all. I just wanted to share that and just tell you thank you. And,
no problem. I appreciate that. I appreciate it, babe. Because if you have a girlfriend or if you have a wife, of course you want her to do it with you. But all my brothers and men that have girlfriends and wives, that the first thing that they don't want to do is listen. It can be tough for them to listen and work together. And some of us may want to work with the wives. Some of us don't. But I don't think I had a choice in this situation. I was like, okay, we both need to do something different We both need a stream of income. It's both an emergency in this situation. We both don't want to get up and go back and forth in traffic in the mornings and in the afternoons. We want to be able to take the kids to school and pick them up from school if needed. We both can understand that it could be okay to have a career change right now. I want to do something different. I want more of my time back. I don't want to slave back and forth for 2, 3 hours going to work and coming home. I don't want to be told when I can go to the restroom or if I stayed in there too long or my lunch is 30 minutes or an hour. Or if I can't clock out right now, I clock in then. You can't come in early. Ain't no overtime. And we had enough of that. And I wanted something different. And it's just in my journey. I was like, well, babe, if this is true, and if we can get a 4-figure deposit or a 5-figure deposit, and then if we can get one, that means we can keep doing it. And then if we get good enough at it, we can continue to do it. And this could possibly substitute the $13 an hour that I'm having at my job, or the you getting paid every month $1,002 working as a teacher. This could be more than that, and it can help us, and we can be able to take some vacations and take the kids. This could possibly change our lives. And if you help me do this, that means I got 200% going in this situation versus just 95% or 80%. Because sometimes as a husband or a wife, if the other person don't want to work with you, it can stress you out a little bit more because it's already a stressful situation just trying to get where you're supposed to go. And your loved one, they're supposed to be a helpmate or a helpmeet for you. We're supposed to work together to meet a certain goal. So I'm glad Sultan chimed in and say, hey, I'm doing this, but right now my wife is homeschooling. That's perfect, man. That is so beautiful and great. And I come and taking this journey because that's what he's seen. He's like, man, I'm doing it this way. I think this way is better. I'm reading these books, and this is the way we gonna do it over here. So I'm thankful that we all met and crossed paths because that's what we wanted to do. The same thing. We had aspirations of doing something different, and I'm so thankful because at first Karen didn't start out like this. Karen was not trying to hear all this. It was two bulldogs, a girl and a dude bulldog fighting regarding this situation. And I can remember the conversations and the back and forth, and this ain't my business. It's something you want to do. I can remember it clearly, man. And I had to, as men, we kind of have to bite our tongue, so we don't want to say nothing that can come back to bite us. And we kind of have to let the women have the last word. But I was just speaking to God and said, baby, we could do this and work this together. What if? I understand we haven't actually got a check and it hasn't happened, and we're working and we won't get paid for it next week. We probably won't get paid for it the week after or next month. And if they're saying it could take 2 or 3, 4 months to get a check, and we're still trying to figure out how we're going to pay rent next month, and I still got to go find a job, and she may have to find one, but I'm trying to get a job so she doesn't have to find one. The chaos that me and Sultan were talking about regarding people's day-to-day activity, we were still going through that at the same time. Just like a claimant was. And we're going through the day-to-day activity, and we don't have a surplus fund. We don't have a property that's been foreclosed. We don't have money coming in. We just broke. You know what I'm saying? And we're trying to figure out how to get out of that mind state and that disabled situation of the brokenness and not being able to handle yourself as a man and take care of your family. So I appreciate you, babe. You working with me and doing this together made it a lot more easier for the family business to run, because it's really not a family business if you don't have your family running it with you. So I appreciate you as well. So I'm thankful for God. I'm thankful for you. So, Sultan, Gary, if y'all old ladies are listening or watching, help out on any way that you can with your significant other, because I would think that we got together because we're trying to achieve some common goals. We love each other and we want to see the best for each other. So if someone's asking the other person, let's do this and let's do this, is because we have a common goal that we want to have together. And we're just trying to make things better because we love you, at the end of the day. So I ain't gonna hold y'all because, again, me and Karen, we could sit here and talk until 3:30 until our baby gets out of school. But we want to start hopping in more and coming on more and diving in more. I wish Trevor Mott, my boy driving the 18-wheelers, he could have timed in, but at the same time, he's probably on the road speaking back and forth with dispatch But I just appreciate him just pushing that button and timing in, just showing his name and showing that, hey, that little vibration that he sent that showed when that student was looking for where he at, what the student says this done got a deal. That was him that tried to log in, but at the end of the day, he's working. He's driving trucks at the same time. So these students that have got deals, they're still around here, but at the end of the day, my boy, they got the deal out into, and I'm not sure if Roger, if he's in Tennessee, I'm not sure where he's located at.
Roger's here. I think he's here in Texas.
Okay,
but the
yeah,
deal
but
was in Tennessee.
at the end of the day, he said he was disabled, so he's blind, and he said he would like to chime in on more of our phone calls, but he says it's not easy for him to try to find these links and stuff because he's blind, just legally disabled or blind. But he wasn't blind. He's badass enough to go call them phone numbers, however he calls them, or whatever app that he uses to get them numbers to go through where he can call them. And his wife was able to provide those emails over for the leads that we provide him. He was badass enough to do that. So at the end of the day, like we started this call on the student say, I'm looking for success stories. The success story is you. When you gonna come up and say that you actually done it, and you can come up with me, Gary, and Sultan, and get on here and say you actually done it. So I'm gonna end the phone call with that, Karen. So students, reach out to us. We're here, just a phone call away, an email away. Contact us if you have got your first deal and you just feel that you need a team around you to make you better. If you haven't got your first deal and you're just trying to figure out, like, man, if I had some help, if I could have some people that can help me do this or help me do that, or I need some leads, I need some coaching, and you need a team around you to build you up and keep you strong, reach out to us. We're definitely here for you. Anything else, Gary and Scott? Gary and Sultan, y'all got before we get up out of here? Any other questions?
I can ride out long too, but I wanted to share something, but I know y'all been on here for a minute, so maybe
man, let's go. So this is what we're doing.
It's a
we're gonna
screen
keep this thing rolling, keep it rolling.
Okay, can you let me share my screen real quick? I just want to show you my map and how I kind of
let me see if
do some stuff, because it's gonna look kind of crazy, but at the same time, don't believe the hype.
If you can do it now, it should allow you to.
Okay. Yeah, this desktop right here. All right, y'all can see my screen.
Party time, let's go.
Yeah. Got it. Okay. So what I'm doing here is I just finished putting my tax deed properties on it. Now, mind you, this thing says 149 just in DeKalb County, right? So 80% of these jokers probably gonna cancel by the time the auction comes around, right? But
now, what app are you? What app or what website is this you're using?
Oh, yeah. This is Google My Maps. So you can go to Google and just type My Maps, and you can make your own maps. So just My Maps. And so in my Google, you'll see I created some maps over the last few months or whatever. And I got another account where I got a ton more. But I just started, hey, this is the business one. I'm going to set it up like this. So I'm already getting ready for the October 1st auctions, because in Georgia is the first Tuesday of the month. So I put all of Georgia on the map this time. But, I'm only going to be, I live like right over here, So I haven't hit that many. Most of the time I'll turn them green if I hit them. You know what I mean? And then I just started really working these maybe like within the last few days. I went up here one night on the way home. I said, let me hit a couple. So I might not even get to 20% of these. And then a lot of them canceling. I'm emailing trustees, asking if they still set for auction and stuff like that. But so what I'm doing is, as I'm in town somewhere, if I have time, if it just wasn't on my whole door knocking schedule, but I just so happen to be out, and say I drop my wife or kids off somewhere, or and if she had the other car and I'm meeting them somewhere, then I'll say, well, what's by me? And if I got 3 of them by me, especially on one street, I'm going to go check these out. Now, these are tax deeds. I put tax deeds for the dollars, so I could kind of see, what's going on here, how much it was due on there, and about where it is, And So yeah, I just wanted to share that because in my normal Google Maps, this will show up on my normal Google Maps app as well on my phone, so I can navigate and it looks more normal. But yeah, with this one, I'm adding to do this. I'm adding a layer and I'm importing a set of addresses in here. So you could basically just import them. And I don't know if y'all made these before, but basically you can import them and then browse for the file that you want to import and go from there. Say if I wanted to import another layer in here and I said that's not the right what's it called? But anyways, I don't get too technical because I got a habit of being super technical. But yeah, this is just to show you like you can manually put in the addresses that you're looking for and then put it on the map. You know what I mean? That way, if you only had a few of them you want to look at that day or whatever. But yeah, this is kind of like one of the tools that I use that I could pull up on my phone, and in Google Maps itself, I can tell it, navigate to here, navigate to there. And then when I get over here, if I see that I went there, I'm gonna just turn this thing green. Okay, I went to that one. Now, see, I got to take this off because I got it all set for uniform style. I need individual styles. And so when I go by this one, it's a tax deed. I'm gonna make it this way and that way. I already visited that one. I know what's up, and I'm gonna have notes in my CRM about it. So yeah, that's just a little tidbit about a way that it could be done to people are already doing it this way. Some people aren't, but it's just one of the things that I do to kind of help me figure out an opportunity, just to chase opportunity, to see if it's there for me. I'm looking like this because I'm another monitor, but yeah.
Well, you guys, I gotta go. I'll catch you on the next Zoom or calling you up with a deal.
Sounds good to me. Thanks,
Perfect.
Gary.
Thank you. Nice meeting you, man.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah, I like this. It kind of gives me like almost like a prop stream kind of feeling of how you set this up.
Yeah. And so I've been doing this like
let's talk more off of here on how you set this up, because I think this will be good for people to be able to utilize and to set up their own kind of.
Yeah. So I stopped sharing my screen, but I could. The main thing I did on the foreclosure side, somebody just showed this to me the other day. I didn't even know this existed. I wish I could show this to him for California. But basically, when you get in here, I haven't seen this link at all. There's a link that says other properties at this auction. So I go there and I can download the whole inventory for I think that's California right there. So let me just make a folder because I got my Georgia dates in here. And so with auction.com, that export feature is there. So let me see how many it gave me. Boom. I'm looking at 148 coming up between now and the end of the month. Potential, these could get canceled. Yeah. So, and then I would import the problem with this is it doesn't have the full street address. It's full. It's in different columns. So when I try to import it into my maps, it's gonna ask me. Like what field do I want it to use to put the dot on the map? You know what I'm saying? So let me see about this one. This is not right. This is another one. Where's the one I was doing today? I wasn't doing it on this computer, but where's the one I just downloaded? Anyways, let me go to another month because you could see it better that way. On here, let me see. This one might already be done. Yeah, see, this one's done because it has the full street address and everything. But sometimes when I get that one extracted, is separate. Like this one's separate. It has the street, it don't have the full street address. So what happens is if I try to import this, it's gonna ask me where do I want to put the place markers, which column I want to use for the place mark. So I could use address, but the problem with that is it doesn't have the city and state on there in that particular spreadsheet. So let me turn off these other layers. So on this one, it put most of them in Georgia, but if you zoom out, you see it put a couple in other states, and then it may not even be all in the right exact county for that. But anyways, bottom line is that's kind of how I import them. That's how I export them from auction.com. And then you know, I got other little tricks and tools to kind of get these addresses and stuff like that on here. But yeah, I don't want to drag it out too long.
No, I like
No, this
Get
was
some
free
extra free
training.
scalps.
This was free training for people. Is what
Yeah,
they
man.
just got. So, and
Yeah.
all we do in this surplus community is try to find different and easier ways
Yeah,
to find leads, and especially ways that are not so heavy in the purse or heavy in the wallet. On
right.
putting leads together. And like he said, he's using, I believe this may be a thing he's using. And you say it's Google My Maps, like MY.
Yeah, MY Maps. Yeah,
Yeah,
Google
Google
My
My
Maps.
Maps. And he's just
Yeah.
filling in the pieces there,
Mm-hmm.
and putting in information regarding, I guess, the upcoming auctions.
Yeah, these
Or
are
the tax deed
pre
auction.
foreclosures. So I'm trying to get the jump on it. Yeah.
Exactly. And I think we all could learn something from this on contacting and getting with these people in pre-foreclosure
Yeah.
before the situation happens, and even just getting them signed up then,
Mm-hmm.
because we're not sure how it's going to go. And it's always nice to kind of have them already signed up before the situation happens, because when the foreclosure, you know, you're already on it, you're signed up, and all we have to do is just move forward, get the information over to the attorney, you're done. So that's definitely a good option.
And especially before the avalanche of phone calls comes in, you know what I mean? Especially for like auction.com ones, these people in a busy market, you know, they're gonna get some calls like almost right away, you know, some of them in advance of the auction too.
A lot of them are going to get phone calls because people are now calling them trying to buy the house.
Right.
And
that's the other part of my strategy. Partner with some flippers, some cash buyers and stuff like that, so we could try to get the money either way. If they can't, if they're telling me they're not going to the auction and they're pretty sure about that, I want to discuss like what are their options with that. And I you know, I'm not really on them staying in a mortgage and all of that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, I'm definitely trying to and I have aligned myself with some cash buyers that just are ready to take, you know, fix their situation. And then that way you can make some money that way on like a wholesale tip or a sub two approach.
Exactly.
For, arrange a deal.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's been my main, you know, in-person strategy as far as like how I'm hitting this thing. And it worked out well because I could share the map with other folks and tell them, hey, you in this area. I had a guy the other night. He was heading home and he sent me a couple of them as he was heading home, you know. And I said, well, that's great. You know, anything he helped me with, you know, we're gonna split. I'm able to close them, you know. So
definitely. And that's pre-foreclosures or people that are already now does it show you also on this on if they've actually been foreclosed on, and the foreclosure process is done and the house has already been auctioned off.
Yeah, well, since these are addresses from auction.com where I exported them, like I downloaded the inventory right here.
Oh, okay, I got you. Auction.com.
Yeah, I don't know if you had stepped away, but yeah, I found this link right here on the property listing.
Gotcha.
And it shows other that this auction, and then you can export the whole inventory for that area. You know.
Okay, I got you. And those were the ones that actually been auctioned off.
No, they haven't. Okay. These are upcoming auctions. Auctions. So all of these, all of these are upcoming. You can see, I can filter it too. Like for as of today, I could filter out all the ones that are not pending. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
this Zoom ain't working. But cause it's kind of small on the screen. But you know, there's some that are, I mean, all the ones that are canceled, I'm gonna filter those out. You know what I mean? And then but you can see the auction date on here. These are all September auctions coming up. Some of them, one of them looked like, I thought I seen a 10th on there. But yeah, these are all coming up. These are all California. So the gentleman, I'm not sure if he's in California or not, but this would be something that he could export if that was part of the way y'all do it. You know what I mean? But yeah. So, but after the auction, I got a whole another way. If I can get that list, I'll import it into the Google Maps or my maps that way as well. And then
Okay.
and so I got some if I go back here, you could see these visits. These are from the September auction. Now you see it's a whole lot less, right?
Yeah. Actually,
Because
after the
I
foreclosure,
tell you
after
about
the auction failed.
yeah, 89. And I only went to like a couple, one of the these are mostly DeKalb County. And so, and these are the ones that I filtered it a lot. You know, I want 50,000 or more.
Yeah.
I want to see that they don't have liens because a lot of people chasing a surplus that ain't there. So I'm like, I'm targeting these. So almost all these people had a information packet and all that kind of stuff. And this is
Okay.
after the auction, you know.
Okay.
And so yeah, the red ones, they were vacant, nobody was there, stuff like that. But they're not clean. You know, the green ones, I'm working on these. So this is from September. A couple of these, one of these are ones that signed up. I was telling you about today, these two people right here. But yeah. So after the auction, the map gets a lot slimmer and I'll delete layers. I'll make a new layer for what actually sold and stuff like that, you know. So yeah. So this my maps is real helpful. It's real helpful. But yeah,
Well,
so
I appreciate that. I appreciate it, man. So
sorry
students,
to drag out the time, man.
no, we this
We're
is
gonna go deeper into this. We're
Yeah.
gonna turn this into a course. We'll talk about this off of here. We're gonna turn this into a course, and we're gonna
Okay.
let you come on and teach how they can set this up. How about
Hey, that works. That works.
That
I'm
works.
willing to share it, whatever.
for real. So it's just the procedures and practices that we do on how we get these leads in Sultan here with another gym, you know, using Google My Maps, and I believe that was auction.com to kind of fill this in and
Mm-hmm.
see how it goes on how he could find these properties before the foreclosure and after, and how he does his marketing on kind of door knocking the ones that he has in his community. You know, so it's just another commitment and testimony here that we have on just the things that you have to do on just putting the pieces together to get a deal and keep the leads coming in on a day-to-day basis. So I appreciate it, Sultan. And like Karen says, she'll most likely get with you, and I'll be getting with you because if you don't mind teaching it, usually when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So we definitely can put this together and speak about something in the future about kind of doing some type of coaching, I guess, course here on kind of walking them through this and helping them get set up regarding doing this, and maybe kind of doing just a small fee or a donation for you, kind of teaching them, because, you know, we always have students that are wanting to like, how can I do this and how can I do that, and kind of branching off on their own and putting leads together and finding leads. And we're always informing them to go find your own leads. You know, these are in your backyard. You know, if you could just find those ones that were in your backyard, because we got tax deeds also that people getting foreclosed on a monthly basis for the taxes. If you start pulling your list in your local area, you're going to see some of these houses or land is in your area that you drive back and forth through on a daily basis. But if you don't, you know, get your feet wet and get your feet muddy in the mud and go in the backyard and play, you know, you won't know it and you won't see it. And then you wonder why you haven't actually got or closed your first deal yet. Because I guess you haven't been excited enough or hungry enough to kind of put the pieces together, because this is a puzzle, you know, that we put together. So we'll definitely get with something in the future on how we could kind of put this together and go through this on a step-by-step basis. I know right now we're working with another student she's kind of providing how she handles her CRM.
Yep,
And
he
we
has
also
that
have
tonight.
students that's
You're gonna
I'll be
probably
speaking
there
need the
tonight.
replay, huh? Because you're gonna be in Eric's thing. So you're gonna
Who?
probably need to replay you.
Oh, no. I paid for that. I'm coming to y'all.
Okay. I was like, I know Eric probably gonna drag over 8 o'clock. So I was like, you may need the replay.
I'll put my cell phone and screen record that one. I think he's gonna leave it up though, because he left up the other one he did with
Okay.
Skip Matrix, and a lot of times that's just like a you know, his marketing type thing. So
Yeah.
I'm not, no, I ain't, and we got our own internal conversations on that side where it's like, nah, we ain't giving you no more money, bro. We good. We good.
Yeah.
You know, so, yeah, you just trying to market a little bit, but it helps that I need to know. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a gem in there somewhere on how I could better use this prop stream for the surplus. You know what I mean? That's what I need to know. Like, okay, how can I use it for surpluses better? You know, is there a feature I'm missing or a way I'm organizing my information or something else that's that, you know, I could gain from that. So yeah. But no, I paid for your thing. So I'm planning on being there.
All right. We're gonna be there 8 o'clock Central Time. Yes, we got our CRM and our cold calling. So if you're on this live right now on YouTube, this is not too late to go ahead and enroll. That means you would just get last week's replay and then you jump on in today. But we've already set up our CRMs. We already know the basics of what we need to do. Jackie's going to go dive a little deeper with some other tools tonight, and we're going to do some cold calling, going over cold calling, and then we're going to wrap it up next week, and we're going to just keep going from there.
All right, y'all. Well, I appreciate it, Jonathan. Thank you for jumping on. Thank you, Gary, for jumping on. I think he had to roll out. Thank you, Trevor, for chiming in. That's one of our success stories that another person was asking for. Like, what is success story from the students? Well, he's truck driving right now. So, you know, for his safety and everybody else's safety on the road, you know, I'm sure he has to keep his line open for dispatch, things of that nature. But I'm glad he was able to just try to chime in to just show their signal, you know, because somebody was looking for him. And I seen their signal pop up, say Trevor Mott, but I know he's driving.
I saw the steering wheel. So
yeah, exactly. So, you know, that's where our students at, man. They working at the end of the day. Here's Sullivan over here, man. He's working, trying to get the next deal at the end of the day. So we all around and we everywhere, different cities and different states. But at the end of the day, we just trying to get it, you know, like wherever you may have been. So whoever that person was that was asking or texting me where they at, you know, here they go. You know, we out here. And we wish you were here logged in on this call. Telling us about your surplus journey, and we'd love to hear it. If you needed help, we'd love to guide you in the right direction, or whatever it may be. But we're gonna start coming on and jumping on and diving in more, and turning the volume and the frequency up. And we welcome all y'all to come in and hang out with us. So it's Jason and Karen. We're loyal to Royalty Recovery. We love you, and I guess we'll holler at y'all soon. And for some of y'all, is the CRM coaching tonight or is it tomorrow?
Tonight, 8 o'clock. Tonight, 8 o'clock, and then we'll do our Thursday coaching calls after we complete our CRM training. So.
Okay, so right now this is just CRM. We gonna skip this week on the Thursday coaching call and jump back next week.
Yeah, and then our lifetime members, they will, if they need any additional coaching, they'll just email us and let us know that they need coaching outside of the CRM training.
Okay, all right, y'all. Well, I'll holler at you.
All right.
All right, Appreciate it, bro.
All right, talk to you later.
You holler at you later.
All right.